Welcome to another episode of the Grey Man Podcast. I'm your host, Harley Fox. Today on the show, we got something a little bit different. We got a guest named Eden Judd. Although not a veteran of the Defence Force, Eden is a veteran of Victoria Police with more than a 10-year career and has a very important story to tell about her mental health struggles and how she's gotten through those to where she is today. Her husband is also a police officer and a veteran of the infantry as a reservist. So excited to talk to Eden today and to share her story with you guys. Thanks for listening. Cool.
Awesome.
Eden, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Thanks for coming. Nice to meet you.
Yes, you too.
Flew up from
Geelong.
Geelong.
Yeah.
Country Victoria, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About an hour, 2 hours from Melbourne.
Oh, yeah. Any skiing around there?
No.
Not that high up?
No. It's cold, like probably 3 degrees overnight, but yeah. It's actually been really nice weather, which is good.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been down there for?
We moved down we got married in 2016. The start of 2017, we moved down to Geelong from Mildura.
Mildura?
Yes.
In WA?
No, so it's bordering Victoria and New South Wales. It's like right on the river there. So you've got a bridge. One side's Denton, New South Wales, Golgol, and then you've got Mildura on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where you grew up?
No. So, yeah, this is where like it begins.
Let's go back to the beginning.
The beginning. So my dad was a cop and he joined in 1989 and I was born in 1994. So my parents used to get very bored. So we used to move every 2 years, like 2 years is the max we would stay somewhere. So I was born in Bendigo and then we moved around to Melbourne. And then when I was about, I'm going to say 6, we moved up to Tamborine Mountain.
Oh.
Lived there for, I think, about 2 years and then moved down to Helensvale area and lived there from about 9 to, I'm going to say probably like 2 years, 2.5 years. Then we moved back to Bendigo. So when we came to Queensland, Dad had to go through the academy all over again up here to join. So he was in Queensland Police for a while and then we went back to Victoria, back to Bendigo. He had to go back through the academy again. So that was his 3rd time.
What?
Yeah.
He was still a cop the whole time?
Yeah, just going between states.
Wow.
So then we moved back and then I started, that would have been about grade 5 it started. And then I did grade 5, 6, went into high school in Bendigo, did year 7, 8, half of year 9, and then we came back to Queensland, but he retired from the police at that point.
No.
And then we did from year 9, half of year 9 till half of year 12, and then they met up with some family from Mildura because my dad is born in Mildura, and they're like, "Oh, cool, let's move to Mildura." And I was like, what the fuck? What is this? And they flew me down with them to look at the place. And I was like in the town and it's literally like this shopping plaza. So I've come from the Gold Coast, so where everything. And then we're there and I'm like, where are the shops? And Dad's like, this is it. And I just burst into tears. I'm like, I'm not living here. Like you're taking me away from my whole life. So I moved in with my grandparents for, I'm going to say maybe 4 months. And I got homesick, so I got a job working for like a travel agency while I was finishing year 12. So I did year 12 by distance, finished that. And then all I ever wanted to be was a cop since I was 4 years old. So as soon as I finished school and I turned 18, I got my manual license, had to go through getting my manual license, which was a nightmare because I can't drive a manual. So I did that, applied. And then I got in when I was 19. So then I started the process.
You needed a manual license to go to the police force, you mean?
If you're under 21 and you're on your Ps, at that time you had to have a manual license. So it was shit. I was just like, I'm not going to be able to drive a manual car. Like I'll get it purely because I have to, but if I have to drive, I've got no chance. And my husband just put in he's got this really old Nissan Navara, shitty as you, like the tray's rusted out, like all the paint is gone, but it's his baby. So he had put so much patience into teaching me how to drive this thing, but it's got the original clutch. He's like, don't you fucking like break this clutch. Like it's the original. So I was like, oh my God. But yeah, and then I did driving lessons and did that. So that was that. And probably where like my mental health journey probably began was when I was about 10. I remember being bullied by some girls in primary school, and like when you're 10, I suppose girls are nasty, like whatever.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then, yeah, when I moved down to Bendigo and started in grade 5 or 6, because I was just a very quiet, like do what you're told, never back chatted really to mum and dad. Like it's just like do what you're told kind of thing, very anxious, people pleaser. And then I remember in like grade 6, one of the girls threatened to like bash me. So I couldn't go to school. I was just beside myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like the teacher and the principal came to our house and got me back to school.
Oh, wow.
And then
Small town principal.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when I got to high school, I had some friends that like social media was starting to be big around that time. I'm going to say, when was it? It was like 2001 or 2. Oh, no, sorry. 2009. No, yeah, 9 and 10. Bebo and MySpace were massive at that time. So, yeah.
I had MySpace. Don't know what Bebo is.
And then you could like rank your friends in order of who like your favourite was that week. So like it started off okay, but then just me being very anxious, like I started getting bullied. Like it started with, because I have very dark features, like I had dark hair on my arms and boys would bully me for having dark hair on my arms. So then I was just a mess.
Was it a bit of a symptom of always being the new girl as well?
Yeah, I just wanted to fit in, or like I just wanted to be accepted, I think, because every 2 years it was like, all right, start again.
Yeah.
So
you're always coming in as the shy girl at a new school. And
yeah, the outsider, like everyone's already got their friend groups and you want to fit in and just be accepted.
Yeah.
So that was...
Your mum and dad just had restless legs and fucking couldn't stay anywhere.
Yeah, but mum's like, you're so resilient because of this. I'm like, I don't really have a choice.
They're helping you.
Like, I've got no choice. I have to be resilient. Like,
how old were you when you when the big one where you cracked it? Was that like end of high school sort of time?
So yeah, when I got to year 7, about year 8, some girls started being really horrible to me. And
oh no, when your dad said we're moving back to the small town with the little shops and
yeah, that was in so when I was on the Gold Coast, and like I was living my best life. Like I had a boyfriend who I was just in love with, because you're 17, you think this is like the be all.
So you're 17, so you almost finished school this time.
Yeah. And then we literally came up to like the Sunshine Coast for a weekend to meet up with my dad's side of the family, like cousins and stuff, and they were talking about how great Mildura was, and it was just like, all right, we're moving to Mildura. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, no, you can't take me away. Like it was the longest I'd lived somewhere at that point, from like, that was 3 years. So I was really settled. I was really happy.
3 years, you had an extra year.
Yeah, I got an extra
really felt
year.
like home.
So, yeah, then I moved to Mildura, and that was in 2011, end of 2011, I started living in Mildura, and my dad worked at the local council there, and that's where like I really probably started to go through depression. I just couldn't leave my room. I would just go to work, come home, sit in my room. Like,
what were you doing? What were you working as?
Just doing the travel agency stuff. Like, but I was where they employ you and you're doing a qual, so you get fuck all money. It's like $10 an hour if you're lucky. So, and then I was like, me and my boyfriend were trying to be long distance, and it wasn't like going to happen. And he was like, I'm going to move to Mildura, like 17-year-olds. You got no idea. Anyway, we broke up, and then I went into this really deep depression. And then Dad came home one day, and he had some friends from work, and he's like, we're going to a barbecue this weekend and you're going to come. You have to get out of the house. And I was like, is anyone going to be, like, any guys going to be there, like my age? And he's like, no. I'm like, come on, there's got to be, like, someone. And he's like, oh, there's going to be one guy, but he's too old for you. And I was like, well, how old is he? And he's like, 22. And I was 17, nearly 18 at that point. I was like, what's his name? And he's like, Sam. I'm like, all right, I'm going to come to this barbecue with the full thing of, like, I'm going to meet this person. I don't know who he is, but I need, like, a friend. I need someone at least in this town that I could just make friends with. Anyway, in walks Sam with a plastic bag full of cans of Coke. Everyone else is drinking beers and shit. And when we pulled up, we saw this really nice V8 ute out the front. And I was like, oh, that's a really nice car. And then we got talking to Sam, and I was like, oh, is your car out there? He's like, yeah, I've got a ute. And I'm like, really? A ute? That's cool. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, what type of ute do you have? He's like, a Nissan Navara. And I'm like, oh. I was just, like, so excited for this V8 ute. And then we were just talking. He was just telling jokes and stuff, and I really liked him. I really clicked with him. And then Mum just comes over and she's like, you should get Eden's phone number and hang out with her because she's got no friends here. I'm like, thanks, Mum.
Encouraging fucking underage. Just pull this up. Encouraging, what do you call that? Fucking grooming or whatever. Underage. What's it called?
I think
when you're dating an underage girl?
No, you got to do 16. 16's the age of consent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So if you're 16 and up, you're good. Like, I was nearly 18, so.
There you go. I thought it was 18.
Yeah, no, it's 16. But yeah, my parents were kind of like, my dad was just like, it's 5 years difference. That's a lot. And I've got to work with him. Like, if it doesn't work out, we have to work together at the end of the day because they worked at council together. Oh, okay. Yeah, my husband was a health inspector at the time, so but they were in different areas. And yeah, he took me to the movies. Was our first date, but we went with his friends. So it wasn't like just us. And Sam's very introverted. So when he pulled up to pick me up for the first time, he left the ute running in the driveway, and he's like run up to the front door, and he was in a suit from memory. And my dad goes, oh, mate, you fucking look like you're going to a funeral. And he's like, yeah, I've just come from one actually. And I was just like, oh my God, like there's no chance now. You've just ruined it. Like, and my dad's just kind of like, he's gone really quiet because he's very like extroverted, and he's just like, oh fuck, I'm sorry, man. He's like, no, I'm good. And then I just got in the ute and took me to the movies and went to the movies to see Twilight. So, and he's not a Twilight fan at all. Like, it was just whatever was on. So yeah, we went with his friends, and his friends were really nice. They didn't believe him when he said like he'd met someone. They were like, no, you haven't. Like, he's fully making it up. And then from then we were just inseparable. Like, we were together all the time because he had his own house. He was very smart. He bought a house when he was like 19. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he had his own house, and I used to spend probably like 95% of my time with him at his house, which was nice. And then
love.
Yeah. And then I moved, like, it was so silly. I moved in with him when we were together for 3 months. And like, we'll talk about it now. We'll be like, that was a really dumb decision. Like, so young, so dumb. But yeah, when you're young, like, you just, it's like, this is cool.
Fuck, I did that with my ex-wife. I think we were together for about 6 weeks or something before.
If it's going good, it's like, yeah, all right, let's keep it going.
Yeah, you sort of roll with it.
Yeah.
Or like a lease ends, you're together for a few months, and like the lease ends and you got to find somewhere else. So like, well, you know, things are going well.
Move in. Yep. Yeah. My best friend just did that. She left her husband. They split up, and she met someone, and like their leases were ending, and it was like, all right, let's bring it together now. So, because it's just so like expensive to live.
I know. I've got one of my best mates. He's so frivolous with money. He goes on overseas trips to the States every year. Always online shopping. We used to work together, and he'd just be buying like clothes and alcohol and all. I'm like, how do you have so much fucking money? He's like, what do you mean? I've got this, I pay this much for my bills and that, and you know, and and my partner pays the other half, I'm like, oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, the other half.
If I had only half of my bills, I would be fucking rolling in money.
Yeah, all right. Like, cost of living is only going up. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, got to. I sent this reel the other day to my mates who was like, "Boys, hear me out. Like, just like dudes getting married to each other just to share the expenses."
Oh, I love that. Just do it. Let's just split the costs.
Yeah,
Just deal with the rest later.
imagine all we could do. Travel.
Exactly. I feel like out of the what's that movie with the two blokes who are like, is it Step Brothers? Where they've got a bunk bed and it's two blokes sharing a room together.
Become best friends.
Yeah.
Yep. Want to go to the garage and do karate?
Yeah. Just feel like that. Just live with your mates, save cash.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Play PlayStation.
Yeah.
Go barbecues.
Yeah.
Mate, you don't have to convince me. I'm there.
Just living your best life.
Cool. So 17.
17,
You
yeah.
met the love of your life. He's still married too, obviously.
Yep.
And how old are you now?
I'm 31
Oh, yeah, fucking hell.
with the body of like a 75-year-old.
You've done the distance and all.
Yeah.
So you were guys. When did you? How long were you in Mildura before you decided to join the academy?
So, yeah, I applied for the academy when I was 18 and I started at the academy. It took me about, I'm going to say 14 months to go through the process of joining. So I started at the academy, I think it was the 6th of January 2014. So we'd been together nearly 3 years at that point, and the academy is 7 hours drive from where we lived. So
Did you stay there for the week?
yeah, so I lived in, it's funny now, I can laugh at it now, but Sam, right before we were going, Sam took me down to the river and I thought we were going to have like a really nice ice cream together at the river. And he was like, you need to move out because I don't think this is going to work out. And I was like, I'm very independent, very stubborn, very headstrong. And I was like, no, I'm going to make this work. Like I'm coming home every weekend and we're like, it's going to work. I'm not moving my stuff out. And he's just kind of like, oh, okay, all right, we'll see how it goes. So mum, dad, my brother, who was 9 years younger than me at the time, so he would have been about 8 or 9, probably 9. And Sam, they all took me down to the academy and took me there to settle in. They're only allowed to like walk in, see your room and leave again. So, and then for the first 20 weeks, you have to live in with someone. So being a small town, Mildura, like I was in these police recruit groups and I ended up chatting to someone on there and we ended up being roommates. So at least like I felt like, okay, at least I knew the person I was going to be sharing a room with for the first 20 weeks. And it was weird. Like I'd never lived with anyone other than Sam.
20 weeks is a long fucking time.
Yeah, so it's 33 weeks all up.
Yeah, right.
So the thing was, okay, you might get a room on your own if you've got like a special request. Like if they're real nice to you, they'll give you a room on your own from the start. But it was peak, so they were pumping them through at the time. And I think I got to about week 18 and that's when they said, we're moving you over to like the other block because there was heaps of different buildings. And it was girls only. So the girls in one block and then the boys in another one. And the block that we were in to start with, it was like levels. So it was like women on one level, men on the level above to try and like keep them apart. But yeah, that doesn't happen. Like everyone's screwing each other in there. Like it's incestuous. The police is incestuous. Let's just say that.
I think all the services are.
Yep. So yeah, I did that. I was probably the youngest. So we had 2 squads and I was squad 19 and we went in, so it was squad 18 and 19, your sister squads. So you do some classes together and some not. So out of the 40, I think it was 46 people, it was me and one other girl. She was a couple of months younger than me. So I was the second youngest. And I turned 20 on, I think it was about my 6th week there. And it started off okay, but it quickly turned. Like there was 2 men in my squad that were a lot older than me, like probably 40s. And they just, in particular one, he just made it his mission to try and, I don't know if they wanted me to quit or what it was, but they just targeted me to no end. Like, you're not fit enough. My kid's fitter than you. You're not doing good enough. You're on your phone all the time. And I'm like, I'm on my phone whenever I get a phone break because all my family are 7 hours away. Like, all these people had their families. They were living with them. Like, they weren't living in. And even if they did live in, they were traveling 1 hour up the road to go home. So it was like, it's just like I felt like no one understood what it was like. And then there was one guy in my squad, he was from Mildura, and he like saved my life. Like, he drove me home every weekend. So we would get in the car at 4 o'clock on a Friday, get home about 11, and then we'd be there for Saturday, and then we'd get back in the car at, I think it was like 11 or 12 on Sunday, and we'd drive back. And we did that I flew for the first few weeks. It was too expensive. Like, you can't afford to do that.
Not every weekend.
And I thought I was like on the most massive dollars ever, because it was the most I've ever earned. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like $1,000 a fortnight, because you had to pay like $500 to live in for food and accommodation. And then like $200 or $300 on flights. I was just like, no, I can't do this. So he would drive me home every weekend because he had little kids at the time. And if it wasn't for him, like, I don't know, I probably wouldn't have finished.
So how did you go, just to backtrack a bit,
Yeah.
You said you started really struggling with depression and stuff at school, getting bullied.
Yeah.
How did you go with that? How did you get through it? Or
So when I was at its peak, it was year 9, and the girls, it had gone to online bullying. They were calling my house, bullying me through the phone.
yeah, right.
Like, it was really nasty, targeted, like getting everyone else to not talk to me. So I would just go to school. No one would talk to me. No one would hang out with me. And then it got to the point where I was like, I just refused to go to school anymore because I was just so anxious all the time. And that's when Dad was like, I wish we could live in Queensland again. And then he was like, all right, let's go. So we did. That's when then we went up to Queensland. But it was just awful. Like,
did you resent your parents for making you move around all the time?
It's this emotion that I've played with for a long time. I don't know if I'm sure when I was younger I was resentful, especially at 17. I was like, you've just taken away my whole.
This is your fault.
This is my life. Like, I was living my best life. And that was to date, like that age, year 11 and 12 was the most fun I've ever had in my life. So yeah, that was really hard, just being taken from that. But like, yeah, mum and dad still now, they don't stop moving. They are just very restless people, and we've lived in our house now for 9 years. So that's like,
yeah, I was going to say, how did that interpret for you? Are you doing the same thing, or are you just like, I'm never moving again?
I'm just like, we did one move. We did the move from Mildura to Geelong, and that was just a nightmare. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. So once we got there, it was kind of just like, my husband hates change, like hates it. So like, I would love a house with one more bedroom, but he's like, no. And because my daughter's autistic and ADHD, she's like, we can never move from this house. We have to live in this house forever. And I'm like, well, we can't live here forever. And she's like, yes, we will. And she's like, when I'm older, I'm going to buy the house next door and I'm going to live there. And like, I'm going to come over every day. I'm like, okay, good luck with that. But so yeah, I've got two people that hate change, and I've come from a life of constant change. But I think I've mellowed over time. I've just like mellowed out, because I'm just like, you can't run away from your problems. I've tried it, and the problems just follow you.
Yeah.
So yeah, like moving from Geelong to from Mildura, to Geelong I thought I was going to escape some problems in my life, and they didn't. They didn't go away. They came with me, and they've stayed with me. So I just got better with dealing with them, but they came with me. So yeah. And
how did you go with entry into the coppers? With, if you're high strung and full of anxiety and stuff, was that an issue at all?
Yeah, so I think being a people pleaser, these people they picked me out easily. I was the target from very early in, like just
Wasn't any questions on entry with your psychology assessments and stuff?
yeah, we did like the psych test. So many people so you do this, go in and you do the psych test, which is the paper test, and then they will flag you off your score from there as to if you need a one-on-one psychiatrist. I didn't get flagged.
That's easy to game the system.
Yeah, but I went in, I answered the questions, didn't get flagged for anything. I was like, okay, on to the next step. I think in the interview, what really would have helped me is the fact that I've grown up with police my whole life.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people that get in young are from police families, essentially, because you don't really have much life experience. You have no fucking idea what you're going in. Mm-hmm. I am not like, you will not go in the same, you will not come out the same person as what you went in. I'm sure you understand that with your background as well. You're just not the same person. The stuff that you see
for sure
changes you for sure. I was just naive. I was just like, yeah, like this is going to be amazing. I'm going to like help people and I'm going to make a change. So like, no, you're not going to make a change. You're just going to deal with just shit every day. But yeah, like I think I got to about week 20, 25. And towards the end, they put you out on what's called safe streets. So they take you out into the city of Melbourne. And for a week, I'm a nana. I go to bed at 8, 9 o'clock at night. And they're like, all right, you're going to do night shift for, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be okay. And then Sam was texting me because he's a night owl. He's like, I'm going to stay up all night on your first night shift just to make sure you're okay. And I'll text you like when you get breaks and stuff. So they put you into groups. One group will go out in the van responding to jobs in the CBD. Another group will be on foot patrol, and there's like a few other groups doing stuff as well. I wanted to be in the car because I fucking hate walking, and it's 13 kilos of gear you're wearing. I was only 48 kilos at the time. So like I had plantar fasciitis by week 5 of starting the academy, and it's never left. So I was like, I don't want to fucking walk. They gave me foot patrol for the whole 2 weeks. I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. So I did my first night shift and I ended up really, really sick because my body was just like in shock, I think, from not having any sleep. And then you're trying to catch up on sleep, but everyone in your building's slamming the doors all day because they're doing day and you're doing nights. And it was very interesting because I'd never been to a strip club in my life. I was very vanilla, and we had to go and do walkthroughs of strip clubs. So like a freshly 20-year-old girl that's like never seen anything like it. And I'm like walking and I'm like, what the fuck?
Walkthroughs of strip clubs?
Yeah, there's like vaginas all over the wall. There's like...
I know what a strip club is. What are you doing walkthroughs for?
Well, you've got to like make sure that they're abiding by like how many people they've got in, whether they're not like there's responsible service of alcohol, all that stuff. And so we're in there, the first club we went into, and this girl like came up to me and she's like stroking me on the arm, and I'm just like, no, like I'm trying to pull away because I'm not a confrontational person at all. And then
they're just full of love, strippers.
Yeah. She just wanted me to join. I was like, sorry, in another life maybe. Anyway, the guy I was working with, I didn't know him. His hat dropped on the ground during the walkthrough and we didn't know. So we get to the end of the shift and we're clocking off and he's like, my hat's gone. And we're like, oh. So then they've gone back through and looked at footage, and this guy in the strip club's picked up the police hat. And he spent the entire next 2 days impersonating a police officer. Like he's wearing the hat, he's like doing all kinds of shit, and it explodes. It ends up being like a warrant. They do a warrant on this bloke's house. He's got like heaps of shit there that he's not meant to have. He got locked up. So that was my first experience, and it just turned into that. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Yes, that was it was different, but like I knew I was going back to a country town. So like when you're halfway through, they send you back to a station that you nominate, and you do 1 week of just working the watch house, so inside, and then you'll go back to the academy for however long. And then the second placement, they put you out on the road, but you've got to be 3 up at that point. And then your very last week of placement is you and another member, and you're working the van, which is what you're going to be doing when you graduate. So
what's the van?
So then you ring up 000. You need the police that we come.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any 000 call.
Why is it called the van?
Well, there used to be the old Holden sedans or utes, I think they were, that had like the pod on the back. It's just called the van shift. That's what it is the van.
Just getting call outs all night.
Yeah. So, and then I saw all these people, like, you'd come back and we'd all debrief in these classes. We had these 2 people. One of them was a cop and one wasn't, but he was great. Like, he would just get up there and he'd ask you, like, put your hand up if what you saw and tell us what you saw in your placement. And he was really good. And then, like, everyone was like, I saw a dead body, I did this. And I'm just like, fuck, like, I haven't seen anything that exciting.
Saw some titties.
Yes, saw some titties. And then I did see my first dead body actually before I graduated. We went to an overdose in some like commission units, and the bloke had died overnight there. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never seen a dead body in my life. And it's like every dead body for me, I don't know about everyone else, but once you see, like, you don't forget. It's just like a backlog of dead people. It's the face for me.
Sunken eyes and stuff.
Yeah, and the tongue, like how the tongue gets really inflamed and like sticks out, and you've got like foam coming out of your mouth, that kind of shit. And the colour, because all the blood just, yeah.
Hail and smell.
Oh, and yeah, and the smell. So that was like, I was like, oh, okay, this is different. Like, luckily in like the nearly 10 years of being in the police, I never went to one that was really like liquefied, thankfully. In Mildura, like, it's 45 degrees during summer. Thankfully, I didn't have to go to someone that had like passed away and no one knew. It was like fresh, thankfully. Like, yeah, they're still fresh. The smell isn't as bad, obviously. So, yeah. And then I graduated, and you have to stay at the station for 2 years before you can leave.
At your first station?
At any station, once you take a spot there, the tenure is 2 years, you're tied there, and then you can leave.
Okay.
So Mildura was a nightmare, to put it nicely. Like, I got there, it was okay when I first started, and then I got a sergeant assigned to me who he was doing upgrading. Like, he was a detective, and he was trying to move into uniform as a sergeant. And I feel like they always pick someone to use as an example for their KSC to make them look good. And because I was young, quiet, not confrontational, I got chosen. Lucky me. So he would just make my life hell. Every shift I would go to work and there would be an email from him about some mistake I'd made. But then he would go to the big boss and I'd get hauled in nearly every shift.
Yeah, well, what's the KSE?
Like your resume, like when you're applying for a job and you've got to meet their key selection criteria, like, and you've got to give examples of how you've met that criteria. So a lot of people will throw people under the bus and use that as their example of why I'm so good, because I did this.
He's a good supervisor because he's picking up on the bad things or the things you've missed. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So he did that to me nonstop. It was just like to the point where I would ask rostering, I would swap shifts to stay inside because my confidence went from being up here to being down here because I was terrified. Like, my paperwork's not going to be good enough. So if I don't go out on the road and I don't get any work, I won't have to do any paperwork and then I won't get in trouble. But then, like, they've picked up on the fact that I'm not going out on the road. So then I got my ass hauled in and told off again. So I wanted to quit, but it was like, just hold on until you're 2 years and we'll get the fuck out of this town and we'll go somewhere else. So, like, it was probably, I got married in 2016, so graduated August of 2014. So it's like a year and a half. And And I wanted to start trying to have a child right before we got married because my mum's got polycystic ovaries, and I just had this feeling that it was not going to happen. And everyone was like, no, just like, it's fine. Just let it, don't stress over it. We started trying before we got married, didn't happen. And then the bullying at work was at its peak before I went on my honeymoon. I think I took 8 weeks off. And when I was on that 8 weeks, I was like to Sam, I'd love to, I feel like I need to leave the police. And he's like, just hold on. Because my go-to was just run away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my
18 months in.
Yeah. So we came back 8 weeks later from our honeymoon feeling refreshed, and the second I walked into the shift, one of the guys I was friends with walked up to me and he's like, you're pregnant, aren't you? You just got married, you're pregnant. I was like, can we not go there? I spent the whole honeymoon testing, just being obsessed with wanting to be pregnant. I didn't even enjoy it. Looking back now, it's so silly. But anyway, and then there was I'd be going to work, just trying to focus on work, and it wasn't happening. And then I ended up seeing a doctor and being diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. And then the doctors up there were pretty shit. So I was like, I'm going to travel 7 hours because my parents ended up moving to Geelong while I was up there, and I was visiting them. So I was like, I may as well see a specialist in Geelong who can help me. So he made me do every fertility treatment before IVF, so injecting yourself to grow an egg to try and get pregnant. I did that for, I'm going to say nearly 10 or 11 months. I was trying to get pregnant and it wasn't happening, and my mental health was just declining.
How old are you this time? You're pretty young still.
I'm still young. So I got married at 22. So
Yeah.
probably, 22, 23.
What was the big urgency?
I just really wanted to be a mum, and I felt like I just had this feeling like it wasn't going to be an easy road. It's just this intuition I think I had. I just knew that it wasn't going to be easy, and I didn't want to be a mum that was old, because back then, 22, my mum had me at 25 and she had my brother at 34, and I used to think 34 was 60. I was like, oh my God, my mum had a kid at 34. How old is that? And now I'm 31 doing IVF for the third time, and I'm like, oh, she was so young. She wasn't old at all. So I just had this preconceived thing in my head, I think.
Was there a lot of small towns? I know small towns often have teenage pregnancy and stuff. Was there a lot of young girls and couples having kids that you sort of felt that also contributed to that thought of I need to hurry up?
I don't know. Maybe because obviously you deal with the public with policing. You see a lot of people that shouldn't have kids. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a bit of a stab, because it was here I am doing everything to try and have a kid, and I couldn't have one. One
of my best mates went through the whole IVF thing, and he always used to say that. He's these fucking scumbags everywhere, popping out kids, and we can't get one.
Yeah, and child protection just come in, and they're like, oh yeah, they're getting fed. Mm-hmm. Tick in the box, see you later. So it was really hard to watch. And people that I'd gone to high school with were a lot of them were having kids too. So it was just kind of you're getting left behind. Or it was just I'm at this stage in my life where I'm ready, but it's not happening. Mm. So I just felt really stuck. And then with the bullying at work, I was so I came up with a plan while I was on the honeymoon. I'm all right, when I go back to work, because my 2 years was coming up, so your probation's done, I was I'm going to go part-time so I can travel to Geelong every fortnight to do fertility treatments. So I had to put an application together to one of the bosses, and the ironic thing was this boss had children that were IVF, so I thought, he'll understand. Mm. No, I submitted it, and then I got called in to the office, and he's like, why are you doing this? And I was like, well, we've got to start IVF treatment. We've done everything else. It's not working. We've got to do IVF. And I needed surgery to remove endometriosis before we could do IVF. So I was like, I can't work full time because I can't travel 7 hours up, 7 hours back all the time if I'm working. And we had a thing called the PDA system. So it was called the Professional development. I can't remember what the A means. So essentially what it was a system where anyone that was above you could comment on you, positive or negative, and anyone else could read it that was of a certain rank. So they would use it like they don't use it anymore, but what they did with that was you had 20 criteria or 20 things you had to tick off to meet probation, and then you'd go on to be a first constable. So what he did was go on there and put a negative PDA entry that I wanted to go part-time. And it was like, I'm doing it to go and have fertility treatment, but you're putting on something negative about me.
What was the negative part of it?
He was just like, you haven't been in long enough, and we're too concerned about you going part-time. We don't think it's a good idea. But his kids were IVF, and it was just kind of like, where is the support or the understanding of what I'm going through? There was none.
Was the you said there was a lot of bullying. You only mentioned your sergeant though. Was there more, or was it just the sergeant that was coming down on your hard?
So there was the boss of the station, the senior sergeant. It was him, and then a sergeant, and then another acting senior sergeant. It was 3, but essentially it was the senior sergeant and the sergeant.
Basically your chain of command.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when my time came up, as soon as the day that my time was up, I got on the computer and I applied for Geelong. So what will happen to a lot of people is if they're being bullied, these bosses can send letters or send emails to stations that they know you're trying to go to tell them not to let you go, or they'll come up with a complaint against you. And when you've got a complaint being investigated, you can't get a new job. You can't become a detective or anything. It's stagnant. And I was so careful. I was like, I cannot let any of them know what I'm planning to do because they will not let me go. Mm-hmm. So I applied, and within a week or 2, I got told you've been accepted to Geelong. And then my husband had the same accept date to become a cop. So that was the same. I was starting at Geelong on that date, and he was starting at the academy on that date. And I was like, this is meant to be. We've got to get out of here. And then that sergeant that just made my life hell, he just saw me at a job, and he's like, I heard that you're leaving. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And then I just walked away because I was like, I can't risk having him take this away from me. So once I left, it's that I've never really openly talked about it because it's just the fear. You can't talk about it when you're in there because it's if you talk about it, they'll come for you. Mm. Yeah.
How long have you been out for?
Since 2023 of April.
Okay.
Yeah. And when the day, because I got pensioned out on my own thing, I applied for the total disability pension because of my mental illness, which I'll go into in a minute. So once that was all done and dusted, I said to my husband, because one of them is still in, the main one is still in, and I was like, I'm going to send him an email and tell him how much he fucking hurt me and ruined my life and made me suicidal. And Sam's just like, it's not worth it, Eden. Just let it go. And I'm like, I can't let it go. It hurt me. I can't let this shit go. It's so consuming.
Feels like it's unfinished business, I guess.
Yeah. It just felt unjust. Because I'm just the person I am. I always came to work with a smile on my face. No one knew. My main thing that I got joy out of was going to mental health jobs because I felt like I could relate to that person. So I got joy out of that, whereas a lot of people hate going to mental health jobs. It's one of the worst jobs to go to. But there's a few jobs I can vividly remember where I actually felt okay, I really helped this person, and it made me walk away feeling good. Mm. So I was just I've always thought there's got to be a reason why all this shit's happening to me. And now I feel now I know because I'm using it to help other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
life lessons.
Yeah. Because I just, when bad shit would happen, I'd just be like, God's punishing me. I'm being punished. And then I'm like, but what have I done? Nothing. But you're being punished. It just made no sense. So.
Do you believe in God?
I do believe in God, but I'm not a pusher. I would never, like, if someone says to me they're an atheist, I'm like, okay, cool, like, that's what you believe. I'm not going to come knocking on your door trying to convert you.
You heard about our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ?
Yes. And I'll make jokes about, like, I hate when people come to my door trying to talk to me about God. It's like, all right, like, I have my own belief, but don't fucking force it on me. Like, let me be. Like, I can't stand that.
Yeah. Well, and they fucking try and shove it down your throat when you're walking down the street or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. The God bothers, as they're called. Yeah.
God bothers, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'll make jokes about them, but it's like, yeah, it's like I believe in what I believe, but I would never not be friends with someone because they don't believe in God. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very atheist. One of my best mates is very Christian.
Yeah. It's like the yin and yang. Like, you come together on so many other things. Like, religion is just so political.
Yeah, it is. We just don't, same as politics. We just don't talk about it when we're together.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as, like, someone doesn't come over and try and tell my daughter, like, God's not real, that's where I would draw the line, because that's kind of like, okay,
pushing your beliefs on someone else.
Yeah. Like, she's very big believer of God, and she loves going to a Catholic school, and, like, she genuinely loves learning about Jesus. Like, she'll come home and tell me stuff, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this from the Bible because I fucking hated religion, like hated doing the class in high school. It's boring. Like, I'll have the basics of what I believe, but she'll come home and she'll tell me all this stuff, and I'm like, cool. I don't remember any of this. Like,
did you grow up the same way? Were your parents religious?
Yeah, my mum's Catholic, and I went to some Catholic high schools, one Catholic high school, Catholic primary schools, and then I did public high school, and public high school was 10 times better because everyone was just, there was no, like, competition. It wasn't like, I've got this or my parents have this much money. It's just like everyone just goes to school and they don't give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah.
They don't care where you come from. So
yeah, I'm seeing it already with my daughters.
Yeah.
Friends are starting to pick sides and, like, we can't hang out with you anymore because we're going to this school.
Yeah.
Righto.
Yeah. It's hard. And I think I've got, like, this fear in the back of my mind because my daughter's neurodivergent as well. I'm just like, I don't want her to be labelled like the weird kid or be picked on or be bullied like I was. So, and we faced that last year. She got bullied and I was, like, very fiercely advocating. Like, if she's done something wrong, give her a punishment. Like, I'm not there to say my kid's an angel because she's not an angel. But, like, there was some really nasty bullying happening, and I feel like today the school is like, well, they just have to be friends. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be friends with people in life. Like, you can't force people to be friends.
Yeah. No, that kid's a cunt. Keep her away from my daughter.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want her playing with this girl because she's nasty. And that mum confronted me at a school picnic on a weekend. I'd done the right things. I went through the school to deal with it. I would never approach another parent because I just think that's not acceptable because I was dealing with it through the school, doing it the right way because, like, my husband's a cop. I can't deal with it in different ways. I've got to be careful. But she approached me in front of all these other parents and had a go at me. So, like, I've had to learn to grow balls since having a kid that needs someone to advocate for her. I think that's really made me grow as a person. Yeah,
I guess it's that protective mechanisms kick in more than for yourself when you're protecting your child.
Yeah, well, a 7-year-old can't stick up for themselves against the system. It's like you have to do it for them. Yeah, so that's taught me to not give a fuck, really. I used to be like, oh, but they might not like me. Now I'm like, have my face up on the wall of the dartboard. I don't care. Like, I'm going to advocate for this kid so that she lives a happy life. Like, all that I care about is that she can hopefully one day be have a sustainable life on her own. Yeah, that's like my biggest goal for her.
My biggest fear is fucking when my kid gets to high school and she does get bullied, like having the self-control not to throw a fucking teenager down the stairs. Yeah,
because they're just horrible. Like, teenage girls are so nasty and it's starting so young now.
Yeah.
Like grade 3, grade 4 girls.
Yeah, one of my friend's kids got this horrible friend. She tries to like separate herself, and the kid just keeps following her around. And went to the school, and the teacher's like, let's just make up and be friends. And like my friend's like, no, that's not what I want. I want her fucking away.
Yeah.
They don't have to be friends. They're not going to be friends with everyone.
Yeah. I said to him, I'm like, you need to tell them not to play together, because that's what I tell her. I tell her to find people that are kind. And they're like, that's encouraging nastiness. I'm like, it's not nasty. It's protecting yourself.
Yeah.
So
having boundaries and choosing your own friendships.
Yeah. I don't want her to be a people pleaser like I grew up being, because it didn't get me anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got, when was that kid born?
She was born in 2018, January 2018.
So stepping back to you went to Geelong, you got posted down there.
Yeah, so I started at Geelong. It was like night and day, very supportive from the get-go. I started IVF like as soon as I got to Geelong.
Is it part of Melbourne, Geelong? Or
yes, you've got like Melbourne, and then about an hour, depending, an hour and a half drive, regional Victoria is Geelong. Yeah. 280,000 people there.
How many people are in Mildura?
Oh, I don't even know. Not many.
280.
No, it's a bit bigger than that. I think it's like 100,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Still too small. Too small for my liking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Geelong's not massive. It's just
it just feels like a big country town, but it's got shit there. It's got shops. It's got Starbucks now. So every day I'm at Starbucks. That's my life.
Oh, you still live there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still in the same house 9 years later.
Oh, that's right. You're not allowed to leave.
Yeah. No, Savannah says no. So, I would love another house, but it's just like, do I really want a bigger mortgage for one more bedroom? That's the question.
Yep. Like we were talking about before the podcast.
Yeah.
Have another bedroom would be nice if fucking some of my podcast studio isn't in my living room.
Yeah. Yeah, but
nobody can see that on the video, but we're literally in the middle of the apartment.
But it's a good setup. I like this setup.
So what was that? 2013. You got down there, and had the IVF worked, obviously.
Yeah, so had the surgery, got endometriosis removed, did the IVF, got 3 embryos.
How many courses or how many attempts?
So it was 1 round.
You got on the first round?
Yeah, I got 19 eggs, 3 embryos. I don't think people understand the stats, but like just because you grow a fuckload of eggs, they all might be shit and you get nothing. So each thing is like you get excited, but then something could go wrong and then it's all taken away from you. So I got 3 embryos. She was one of them. Put her in. It was all good. Yeah, put her back into her home. Had her. I had gestational diabetes. That was the worst part of my pregnancy, it was manageable. Like it wasn't unmanageable. And I naively thought I'll be able to deal with sleep deprivation because I'm a cop and I've done night shifts. Like I'll be fine. And I had a really traumatic birth. I got induced it started at 6 o'clock in the morning on the Friday, and then she got stuck, and I was rushed in for an emergency cesarean, and she was born at 10 to midnight the next day. So it was like 2 days of no sleep. And they like nicked my bladder while they were in there. My catheter bag was filling up with blood. So I was stuck on a catheter for like a week straight, and then I had to have another surgery when she was about 3 days old. And like I wasn't eating. I was grey. I think I was about 40 kilos at that point. I've got like a photo of me holding her, and it's like my arm is just, all my veins were blowing. So they were trying to get IVs and stuff into me, and they couldn't because everything, like there was just no nutrients in my body or anything. And I was trying to like breastfeed her as well, which was a shit experience. I got mastitis, I think twice in the first 2 weeks. And then I was like, I can't do this. I felt like I was just shamed by like the system the whole time. It was like, you can't give your daughter formula, like it was poison. So I was like battling with this, like, well, I'm not coping.
Who said that?
I think it was like one of the maternal child health nurses. Yeah, right. was like, and even the hospital, they're like, you've got to keep going. You got to do it.
My wife didn't even attempt it. She's like, no, she's going on formula.
Yeah.
I'm not doing breastfeeding. Fuck that.
She was just screaming. Like, I had lots of milk, but it was like water because my body had no nutrients in it. So she was just screaming. And then as soon as we gave her formula, she was like a completely different kid. She was sleeping through the night by like 10 weeks old. But then all the effort I put in for her to sleep, by like 3 weeks in, because I had to admit myself back to hospital because my mum came to visit and she's like, you are really not well. So I went back to hospital for a week just to have some help from the nurses. And then I went back home and I slept. For the next 3 months, I slept 1 hour a night out of 24 hours. And then it got like Sam had gone back to work, I think when she'd turned 3 months old. And then I had like a mental breakdown because he came home from work late one day and was sitting in his car eating McDonald's, and that was the breaking point for me. It was just like everything just hit me and I lost it. Like, and then I was like crying on the phone to like my mum, to my sister-in-law, and then I think someone that I was talking to, maybe like a nurse or something. Prior to all that, actually, I told one of the nurses my doctor had given me something to help me sleep because he could see it. He could see what was happening, and he flagged me to DHS.
DHS?
Like child protection.
Yeah, right.
So on top of what I was already struggling with, they were like...
What did he flag you for?
Because I was taking something to help me sleep. Yeah.
Like melatonin or something?
No, I was like, what did he give me? I think he gave me like Seroquel, but like my husband was up with her all through the night. He was doing all the night stuff to try and let me sleep, but my anxiety and depression was so bad I couldn't sleep. Even with Seroquel, like it wasn't knocking me out at all. I just had so much adrenaline just going all the time. It was like I'd lay there and I'd just be like staring at the roof all night.
Where'd the anxiety and depression come from?
I think it was the anxiety of you should be sleeping because she's asleep, but she's going to wake up in like 3 hours. So you have 3 hours to get some sleep. So then it was like the anxiety of you need to sleep, but you can't actually get to sleep, and she's going to be awake again in 3 hours. And that just got bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where I just didn't sleep. Yeah.
Freaking out about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I got down to 40 kilos. I looked really, really, really unwell because I just didn't have an appetite.
40 kilos? My
40
fucking 10-year-old's almost 40 kilos.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like I used to look in the mirror and I would just cry because I was like, who is this person? Like, it's not me.
And you're still doing your job?
No, I had 12 months off. So, yeah.
Obviously, you're a small frame anyway. Was it hard to do fucking policing?
Yeah, it was hard. Carrying the gear was hard. Like now, as a result of policing, I've got like bulged discs, neck problems, knee problems, you name it, I've got it. Like, yeah, it took a toll on my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned this depression and anxiety a few times. Is that like a innate thing, or is it something developed over the years?
I've had anxiety ever since I was born into this world, I think. And then when I noticed when I was probably 16 or 17, and it's something that's stayed with me, and I feel like it doesn't matter how much therapy I've had or whatever, it's my brain's mechanism is suicidal thoughts.
Oh, really?
My brain will just go there. Before I've even realised, it'll be like something bad's happened and my brain's like, all right, just end it. Just go now. Like just escape. Because it's like, and then my psychiatrist was like, that's just the brain's way of trying to cope and protect itself and get away from what's happening, is to just immediately go there.
Not many brains do that, though.
I thought like it was just normal. When I was 17, I was like, oh, everyone probably feels like they want to die all the time.
Yeah. But did you get medicated or? Yeah,
so after I had Savannah, when she was 6 weeks old, I admitted myself into the mother-baby unit. So it's 6 beds, mums who are suffering mental illness. It's up to, you can go in there. The cutoff is once your baby's 1, you can't go in there. So I put myself in there. And like I still remember I had a friend at the time who was supportive, and then I texted her and said, I'm going into the mother baby unit. I'm really upset. And she's like, well, you wanted to go. And I was like,
oh, you're upset because you were going, and she said you want to go?
Yeah, she's like, well, you wanted to go. I was like, it was just like, okay, there's no support here.
I don't want to go. I'm fucking
need
help. Yeah.
I'm going to kill myself if I don't go. Like, what's the alternative? Like, I was like, I have to get myself well. So I went in there. I fully anticipated it would be like a 2-week thing. It was 6 weeks I was there.
Was the postnatal depression and lack of sleep amplified everything?
Yeah. Yeah. I was having like, I don't know how to describe it. When she was really little, like 3 or 4 weeks old, I was having like images in my head of her like drowning in the bath, or me accidentally hurting her, or just really vivid, intrusive thoughts nonstop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Any sort of violent thoughts about her?
Probably the worst one I had, and it really scared me, was like me giving her a bath and me drowning her.
On purpose?
Yeah. And it was like, as soon as that happened, I was just like, nah, I have to go into hospital, because like I never would hurt her, but it was just like, it was these visions of me doing that. And it was really like confronting. Yeah.
So what did they do to you in hospital?
So when I got there, they have like a psychiatrist that meets you and just gets your background. And then they give you some really good sleeping tablets for the first few nights. But I had Savannah sleeping through the night. They were like, oh, we'll help you with her. I'm like, no, like I've put in blood, sweat and tears to get this kid to sleep through the night. Like, and they were like, we're going to wake her and give her bottles. I'm like, no, you're not. Like I had a meltdown. She's food obsessed. She was having 6 bottles a day. Like she was child with a heart kid. I'm like, you don't need to wake her to feed her. Like she has her 6 bottles. She sleeps 12 hours. During the day, she was only sleeping like 30 minutes, but I could deal with that, because it was like, as long as she sleeps through the night, I was like, that's the most important thing. So they loaded me up on sleeping tablets to get me some sleep. And then they gave me oxazepam, which is a benzo, which can be addictive.
Isn't that for pain?
No, it's anxiety.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So they gave me that, and they gave me that for probably, it was daily, like 3 or 4 times a day. And stupid me, I was like, oh, I'm all better. Like I'm happy as, like, because I was fucking cooked on like just feeling nothing, because the anxiety was like dulled down. And then they introduced Zoloft, and I'd never been on an antidepressant before. So they introduced that, and they were like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And they weren't wrong. Like I was having like breakdowns and just losing my mind.
So it takes 3 or 4 weeks for your body to adjust to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, like 4 to 6, I think. So that was that. And I was getting used to that. So that took me probably like, once I got in there, I was probably on it for 5 weeks by the time I was let home. And then they try and reintroduce you into real life. Like every weekend they'd be like, okay, you can go home for the day, or you can, and then it works it up to you can go home for the night. And that is really, really tough, because you're used to being in this like, I don't know, controlled setting where you've got nurses there to help you. And then it's kind of like, here you go back out into the real world and survive.
Fend for yourself, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really hard.
What was your husband doing while you were in there for 6 weeks?
He was working. So he was working. I was at Werribee mother baby unit. So you've got Geelong, and then 45 minutes away you've got Werribee on the way to Melbourne. And he was stationed there. Like not his choice, but he got put there. So he was literally going to work, and it's a very busy station. So he was doing overtime. Then he'd come visit us at the mother baby unit. Then he'd go home on minimal sleep. He was just doing that nonstop.
What was his thoughts about you being in there?
He was just, I think he struggled, because like obviously seeing me like that would have been hard. But he was just like, you've got to be there for however long it takes to get better. Yeah.
There was a big discussion before you went, or you just decided on your own?
I think it was more, it was more me. I was just like, I've got to go. And it's been like that with my other hospital stays. It's just kind of like, all right.
Were you honest about why?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he realised, like neither of us realised how bad it was until it was like really bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what happened when you got home after 6 weeks?
So the day I got home, I think it was a Saturday, Savannah's baptism was booked for the Sunday. So it was like, go home and then all your family and stuff are going to see you, because I did have family come see me when I was in there. My mum and dad visited me quite a bit, but it was like, how is everyone going to go like seeing me? I was worried about what are they going to ask me? What are they going to think of me? All those things. But it was like, it wasn't too bad. I think I was, because the Zoloft had kicked in by then, my sleep was slowly starting to come back, and I was really good there for probably about 2 years.
Okay.
But I've got a blood family member who's got bipolar type 1, and I'd always been quite up and down with my moods, and I'd always said to Mum, like, I think I've got bipolar. She's like, no, you don't. You definitely don't. I'm like, okay. And then I mentioned it in the mother baby unit. I'm like, I think this is like bipolar. And they're like, no, it's not. It's just postnatal depression. I'm like, okay. So then I was good for 2 years, about 2.5 years. And then I moved out to a beach town station that was about 45 minutes from Geelong, just to like go a bit less busy.
What did work think about the whole thing?
They were really like supportive.
Did you have to disclose everything?
Yeah, I was really open with them the whole time. I had one lady there. She was a sergeant. She was like buying meals and like dropping them off for Sam. I had like an admin lady there because she was checking in on Sam, because Sam's very introverted, very you won't get anything out of Sam. So she was like, I'm going to pester the fuck out of him and I'm going to check in on him like as much as I can. So I was really lucky.
Nice.
I had
cops looking after cops.
Yeah. And then like my best friend, she's a cop too. Like there was a group of us that had babies at the same time. She was struggling a little bit too, like, but we weren't that close at that time. So I didn't really know what she was going through. It wasn't to the same extent, but she still had her own stuff going on. Yeah, but I was really
any stuff with medications? You can't carry weapons or anything?
No, like I was really like open when I came back and even like while I was in there, I was open about it on social media, because I was like, I want other people to feel like if they're struggling, it's okay to say. Mm-hmm. But like I think, I don't know if with the meds, like I wasn't taking anything that was bombing me out or anything like that. So I don't really know how that would go. I just wouldn't have taken anything that knocked me out.
Yeah.
If I had to work. Yeah.
Well, it's not like the army. As soon as you get
then downgraded,
no weapons, no driving.
Yeah, they kick you, or pretty much kick you out, don't they? Try and get you out.
Oh, you get downgraded and you massive restrictions, yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that, which, yeah, I think like if you're on medication for your mental health and it's not affecting how you operate, then you should be able to.
You can't even see a psychologist regularly. Otherwise you stay downgraded.
It just makes no sense to me. It makes me so angry. Because like what you see in the army is fucked up. Yeah, as if you're not going to get mental health from that.
It's fucking backward and twisted. Like, you should get help. You need help. But if you do,
you'll be punished.
Yeah, no more job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Liam was saying when he joined the coppers, he had to pretend like he wasn't seeing someone until he got in, and then he could see someone when you're on the inside. But when you through the application process, you have to pretend you're like, no, I don't see a psychologist.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah. I had no idea that I even had mental health when I joined. Like, me and my husband joke all the time.
Just thought it was normal.
Yeah, it clearly wasn't. But me and Sam joke about it all the time. He's like, I picked you up at the mental health centre, like found a wife at the local mental health centre. I'm a very dark humour person, but that's how I cope. It's like if you don't laugh, you cry. So
why did Sam join the coppers after you'd been in for a couple of years?
He'd always wanted to do it. And I think seeing me do it kind of spurred that on. Like,
even though you hated it at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He just wanted to give it a crack.
Does he enjoy it? Is he still a copper?
Yeah, he's still a cop. Yeah, he does. He's a hard worker. He's got a really good name for himself, which is it's proud. It makes me proud. And he's a reservist and a CFA volunteer. He's just one away from having all the emergency services. I said, you just need to be an AMBO now. You've got them all.
CFA, combat first aider?
Like the volunteer fireys.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it up here, but CFA down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a clue either.
Yeah.
Volunteer fireys.
So, yeah.
You went out to the beach town.
Yeah, I went out to beach town, so that was really nice. It was just a group of us. It was like 6 of us, and they were all very lovely, supportive people that I'd been friends with anyway, so that kind of like got me to want to work out there. They wanted someone though, like, because I only went back to work 5 days a fortnight. That was too much. I dropped to 4 days. And when I got back, I was like, I can't do afternoon shifts or night shifts because lack of sleep is what adds to my downfall. So I was like, I'm happy to do day shift or morning shift. And I spoke to the boss out there and he's like, look, you're going to have to do one twilight shift every 6 weeks, which is it was like 6 p.m. till 2 a.m. And I was like, okay, I can do that. That's fine. I'll be fine. So dumb. So I went out there, was loving life, did my first twilight shift. So it's 2 nights. You do 2 nights because it's a weekend. It's Friday, Saturday night, and then you do an arvo on the Sunday. So yeah, pretty much night, arvo. Then I'd have days off because I was only part-time. So I did my first lot of that and immediately I just wasn't sleeping and it just started crashing really, really fast. And I was like, I think there's something more going on here. This isn't just anxiety and depression. Like I definitely think this is bipolar because it was like I'd be up, then I'd be down, then I'd be up, then I'd be down, not sleeping, wouldn't have 1 to 2 hours for a week because I'd feel really I don't need any sleep. I feel good. And then the crash came and because depression is what I suffer from mostly, it would just be the worst. It got to the point where I couldn't even get up off the floor. I'd take Savannah to kinder. I'd come home and lay on the carpet and just sleep until I had to get her and I'd go pick her back up. Sam would come home, I'd be on the carpet, just couldn't get up off the floor. And I was like, I need to see a psychiatrist because this is more than what's going on. So I did, and I told him and he's like, yeah, I think you've got bipolar type 2, which is the lesser version. It's more depression, whereas bipolar 1's a lot more mania and risky behaviours and stuff. So yeah, so I was like, I think I need to come in. He goes, I can I'll put you on medication, but I also want you to come in and have this thing called TMS treatment where it's they map
cranial magnetic stimulation.
So they map your brain out obviously to see which bits are being affected. And it's this little screw that just taps on your head and it's a bit painful and you sit there for 20 minutes. I think I did it twice a day. It was twice a day for 2 weeks. So he was like, I want you to come into hospital. We'll give you TMS. We'll put you on mood stabilizers and new, I think it was new antidepressants, or maybe we just upped it. I'm not sure because I think I'd already tried upping it and it wasn't working. So we did that. I didn't have private health insurance, so I had to wait for 2 months before it could kick in. So it was kind of just surviving.
Oh, as in you bought it and you had to wait for the waiting period.
You had to wait for the waiting period. And it was a tough time at that point because I had one manager who'd come from another station that he just hated me for whatever reason. And And like I'd try and like make conversation with him and have a laugh. I just got nothing. And because I was already low, I was like, I don't understand what I've done. But he was just a boy's boy. He'd come in, I'd be the only girl working, and I'd be like over in the corner and he'd be like, hey boys. And I'd be like, hi. And he'd just like, no, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like that was the tipping point for me, because he was managing us for a while and I was just like, I can't cope with this person, because he wasn't supportive at all. And then I ended up telling one of the guys that I was working with how bad it was. I was like, I actually had a thought of coming to work and like signing out my gun and just going off and just ending it. But then I was like, if I do that, I'm going to like traumatize other people, and I don't want to do that.
Mm.
Like that's how low it got. And I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, I need to go get some serious help here. So he told the boss how unwell I was, and then he called me and I was like, I feel like you hate me, like I'm struggling. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to be the reason that someone else kills themselves. You're going off work. I was like, okay. So I went off work, and unbeknownst to me, he sent an email to us, because there was only 7 of us. He sent an email to all of them saying, do not talk to Eden, because I'm an extrovert. Speaking to people is what keeps me going. So no one talked to me for a while there, and some people just didn't again. And I was like, what have I done wrong?
Mm.
And then like eventually one of them was like, oh, he sent an email telling us not to talk to you. I was like, what? Like, why would you do that? And I was really angry, and I was like seething about it while I was in the hospital the whole time. I was like, it was really hard to get through that, I think, because I thought I'd done something wrong.
Mm.
Or like why, like people think I'm crazy or whatever.
How long were you before somebody told you?
Oh, it was while I was in the hospital I found out, because I was like in contact with some bosses, and I was like, look, I want to come back to work once I'm well. And then this boss was like, the nasty one was telling me, you're not coming back to your station, like you're banned from there. And then another boss that I was talking to, I'm like, oh, he's told me I've been banned. And she's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? She's like, no, that's not what's going to happen at all. And I wasn't on work cover because I wasn't sure if they would cover me for bipolar. So I was part of the police union, and they just gave me a pay every fortnight. It was like you could have a maximum of 6 months off. So I took 6 months. I wasn't planning 6 months. I was literally like, I'll go to hospital and I'll come out and I'll be fine. I'll go back. Mm. But I took 6 months because Savannah I was really struggling with her behaviour, which didn't help. So yeah, once I'd taken some time, because I turned into a really angry person as well. Like just going to work was making me angry. Dealing with the public made me angry, but you wouldn't know it. It was just at home. I was a very, very angry person. I was an asshole to be around. Like, no, I don't even know how Sam stayed, but he did. He's very loyal, so that was good. He's always like, through thick and thin, we'll get through it. We're both very committed like that. So, yeah, that was my second hospital stay. That was 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you feel after that?
I think I came out like, the awkward thing was right the day before I went into hospital, I woke up in the morning and I could hear people screaming in my street, and she's like, help, help. And I came out and they were doing like an armed robbery on these 2 people in my street. And they had like a crowbar, and I was in my dressing gown, and I'm like, stop. And I'm like chasing them up the street, these people with a crowbar. And Sam was asleep, because like we sleep separately, because since I got postnatal, I can't sleep next to anyone in the bed, because sleep's just such a really like fine triggering thing for me. So he had no idea. And then like they're like reversing their car and trying to hit people. And then like this guy's like, we need to call the police. And I was like, I am a police officer. I'm just not working I'm not at work at the moment. And then all like the police come. And I was like, everyone knew I was struggling, and I felt a bit awkward because I'm like, hi, I have to give you a statement about this when I'm like literally going into hospital tomorrow it was just weird. And then I've gone inside and woken Sam up, and I'm like, this is just an armed robbery outside. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there was. That was really weird. It's just weird timing. I just felt like I always had this connection to work. It was just like, it would lift me up, but it would bring me down at the same time. It was like, it was weird.
So how long have you been in the coppers at this stage?
So that was in 2021 and I joined in 2014. Okay. Yeah.
Fair while.
Yeah. Yeah. It just got to a point like when I was going to dead bodies, I couldn't get the image out of my head. I'd go to sleep and it was there. And I was just, every time there'd be like a job on the radio internally, I would just fill up with anxiety and I was just so angry. Because then I think I just felt like I'm dealing with all this, but I've got to go and put like this mask all the time and be this happy person. Because I love to have a joke and just be happy. And on the inside, it was just like the opposite. So, yeah, that's what I was doing.
So you appeared normal when you were at work?
Yeah.
Sad clown, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like a lot of people knew what was going on and what had happened, but they didn't realise how bad it was. Yeah.
So you went back to work when you got out of the hospital the second time?
Yeah. I don't think I was off for that long actually. Oh, no, that was the 6 months. Sorry. Yeah, then I went back and I was okay for a little bit and then the anger came back and then I was like, I need to try something that's not policing. So I found a job that was working for like the local NDIS doing stuff to help families through there. And I was already like, I took like, it was like a leave without pay from Vic Pol. So I was still employed by the police, but I was approved to go and work somewhere else. And I started on the Monday and I agreed to do 4 days a week, which I was only doing 2 days a week. Didn't sleep the night before I started, went there. The people were lovely, but I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this isn't policing. This isn't, I can't have like really inappropriate jokes here. Like I'm going to get sacked if I even like come out with the things that I laugh about at work. Like it was just like this world that was so foreign to me.
Yeah.
Because
very similar to the military stuff. We'll get into why you're even here in the first place on a veteran podcast. But massive similarities when you, especially like you have gone from being a kid to being a cop. Like exactly the same sort of transition from being a kid to being in the army. You've done 10 years of service. You've come out on the other side and now you have to be a civilian again, which is the same thing. And then you go into an environment where you don't have all the dark humour and there's levels, right? There's, civilian humour and then there's dark humour and then there's military and first responders humour, which is a whole nother step above gallows.
Actually, I brought something to show you. Me and my best friend we both have very dark humour and there is no start and no end to our conversations. It's just like, I had the most fucked day today. Like, Savannah punched me in the face or like, I'm just over today. Like, I can't deal with today. And then it was when TikTok was really popular with like people just taking videos holding a toaster and standing in a bath and then the live laugh toaster bath. So then I got on Shein and I was like, I need this fucking shirt. The live laugh toaster bath shirt. I was like, I'm going to wear this to bed. Anyway, I think Savannah was like 5 at the time.
Is that for you? I thought it was your kids.
Oh, no, this is mine. Love that. That's what she has. She has those stickers. So that just became like our thing. It would just, if we're having a shit day, we'd just text each other, live, laugh, toaster bath. Yeah. Like joking about it. My parents
got the same joke with all my friends as well.
My parents were quite concerned when if I even told them about it, they're like, "You're joking about that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a great joke." Like, and they're like, "No, that's not appropriate."
Do you follow Mandatory Fun Day on social?
I haven't heard of that one.
You have to give him a follow. He's
I
got
will.
So much merch of like military grade mental health and live, laugh, toaster bath and all sorts of fun little merch products.
Yeah, so I named my my robot vacuum is called Toaster Bath. Anyway, because Savannah's once she likes something, she becomes obsessed with it. She saw that shirt and she's like, oh, it's the cutest little toaster in a bath. Can I get one? I'm like, no, you cannot. And then like the other, like I was like to Sam, I can't wear this shirt again. Like I wore it once and because she's got the brain of like just every memory possible. She'll bring it up. Like the other day, she's like, can I please have one of those toaster bath shirts? I'm like, we can't talk about toaster baths because your school will really tell you off. I'm like, it's an adult's joke. And she's like, but our vacuum's called toaster bath. I'm like, yeah, it's an adult joke. I'm like, it's not appropriate for kids to say that. And she's like, but why? And I'm like, it's just not. So now like Sam told me, he was like, it's not appropriate. And I'm like, no, she won't talk about it. And I was so wrong. Because I've got this other shirt and it's like a plant with a smile and it's like lobotomy, like a lobotomy joke. And I can't wear that anymore either because she'll be like, what's that? So
Too inquisitive.
So I can't wear that anymore. But it's just like, that's how I cope. It's just make a joke out of it. Like I'll have a cry, but then it's just like, all right, on with life now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened at the NDIS?
Yeah, so I wasn't sleeping and then I like had an appointment with my psychiatrist. So I was like, I think I need some more meds. I've tried over 25 medications in 4 years of being diagnosed because I have a really sensitive system. So I get side effects that my psychiatrist has never even heard of. He'll be like, I'm going to give you this, but because it's you'll get a side effect that I've never heard of, but I believe you because it's you. So I've tried over 20 things and I get every side effect possible. Anyway, the anxiety of like being at this job that wasn't the police was too much. And by like the fourth day, I was not sleeping at all. And then I just said to Sam, I'm like, I think I need to apply for the pension because I can't go back to policing when it's making me so angry and so unwell. And I can't do another job. Like I just can't work. Like the anxiety of like you need to go to bed, you need to sleep to get up to go to work it's just not possible. So he was kind of like, oh, well, I don't know how much you're going to get. Like, can we live off that? I was like, we'll just make it work. Mm-hmm. So the pension people, like it's ESSS super for emergency services super. They're actually really, really supportive. They're not work cover people. Like work cover are awful. I've had some friends go through it and they don't want you to get a pension or anything. They just want you to suffer pretty much most of the time. Mm-hmm. So, I applied for the pension and then they get two psychologists, to interview you and then they make a choice on whether they think you just need like a year off and we'll give you a temporary pension or no, you can go back to work or no, you can't work. Mm. And I was like kind of like, oh, what if they don't think I'm well enough because like I didn't hold back on anything. I was just very honest. I was in tears and they both came back and said, nah, you're done. Mm. And it was just like, okay. It was really weird. I was just like, okay, so that's done now.
Was it a relief or?
It was a relief, but it was also like really sad because I was like, this is not how I envisioned.
Your career ending? Yeah,
my career ending, my life going. Like I didn't think this is what was going to happen to me. But it was really nice, like my boss at my station, because I think I'd been off for about 6 months at this point. Like you had to do your paperwork to Vic Pol, give all your stuff back. So I had to go into work, give all my uniform back, give my like badge back, which is like, it's pretty much part of who you are because you've always got it. I had to give it back because they send it away to be stamped with retired. Right. And that was just like, oh, like I want to give it to you, but I don't want to give it to you. Like this is an extension of me. And then she organised a barbecue to present me with my certificate of service, which comes from the Chief Commissioner thanking you and says how long you served. So that was really nice because I felt like I was like, okay, I'm appreciated.
Yeah.
And I was loved. So that was really nice.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And that was in 2023?
Yeah, 2023. So it's just clicked over a few months ago to 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with your time now?
So last year I thought I'll give it a go working again, which was so stupid. I tried doing like teacher aid stuff. So I was with like an agency where they'd just text you if they needed someone for the day and you'd just go to a school, and that, because I've got bulge discs in my back, like I was in agony every day, and sitting on the floor with the kids was aggravating it, and the anxiety started again. So I just said, no, I don't need to be working. Like I've got my pension to support us from my contribution, like half of the household. And Sam just said, like, you don't need to work. You need to just focus on like keeping yourself well. So in 2023, right before I got like my certificate of service, I think, I was coming off one of my medications to swap, and I got really unwell. So I had to admit myself again for 2 weeks in 2023 in July. So it was right. Yeah. I did my paperwork in the April, and then in the July I was really, really unwell again, because I think like everything had just built up again.
The fact that you're on your way out. Yeah.
It was like, this is all over. Like your career's gone. Like people stop talking to you because it's like there's nothing more X than an ex cop. That's the
Nothing
saying.
more what?
Nothing more X than an ex cop. It's like a lot of people like, yeah, if you're in the police, we're like, yeah, we're your friends, but once you go, it's like crickets.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which I found really hard, because there was some people that I thought I would be friends with afterwards, but no.
Yeah, right.
But like my husband's station, because I knew, like we worked at the same station together for a while, like we were working the van together, much to his dismay, but I loved it. Like I frothed it. I thought it was great. We did a few shifts together, and I knew everyone, like they knew both of us. So they'll have like Christmas parties, and I went to a Christmas party just gone and saw everyone, and it was very like, what if they like don't like me anymore or they don't talk to me? But it was really good. It was like the best night. I needed it, because it was just everyone was like, how are you going? Like, you're okay? Like it was really supportive. And I was like, I don't know why I was even worried kind of thing. But I'm still involved, but it's just like I'm just not.
Yeah, a cop's wife.
I'm not a cop. Yeah, I'm just the cop's wife now. So that transition is hard. And my best friend's currently going through the transition of being pensioned, and she's found the same. Like it's like, how do you let that go?
Yeah, 100%. It's the same with the military. As soon as you get downgraded, you lose, yourself, and you lose all your friendships as well. Like people start acting weird around you, don't know how to talk about, don't know what to talk about, or they don't want to talk about things that they've done because they don't want to make you feel bad. So you sort of get ostracized and left out onto the side, and which just compounds the negative ruminating that's going on in your own head. I'm not one of the boys anymore, or girls. I'm not worthy. Yeah. And then off you go, off onto your own, and by that stage, no one's talking to you anymore, like you said. Yeah,
I've still got some. I'm lucky. I've got like a few, I'd say like 3 or 4 people who are super, super supportive, and some of them are still in and some of them aren't. But like a lot I'm seeing now, I think the stigma is coming down a little bit, because a lot of people now are standing up and saying like, I'm not coping. So
yeah, dude, I actually applied for a job. I'm a rehab consultant. I work for the Army now.
Oh, cool.
So I work with downgraded soldiers, helping them either upgrade or transition out. And before I got that job, I applied for a job with QPS as a rehab consultant for the police. And I went through multiple interviews, made it pretty far through the process. And that was my first rehab consulting job, so they wanted someone with experience in the end. But so I got a bit of an intro into what it would involve, and they were just saying that it's the mental health, like they've had to come up with creative ways to try and deal with it, because there were so many people off work for mental health that they needed a novel idea and they didn't know what to do. So it was like, send rehab consultants out to their house and have coffees with them and just chat and see if they can. Which
is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's so lonely. Like sometimes you're just like sitting at home, and it's just, I know like myself, I'll fall into the trap of just rotting on the couch and just watching Netflix all day.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
Yeah. And Sam will come home and be like, you were watching this when I left this morning and you're still watching it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just one of those days.
Netflix has only asked me 3 times if I'm still here.
Exactly. I'm like, I just needed a rot day. The gym though, like I hate exercising. It's the bane of my existence. But like I do Pilates 2 to 3 times a week just for like my back, and it's really helped with pain management as well.
Yeah.
And just mentally, like if I just completely stop going to the gym, everything just goes down the drain.
I've said it time and time again, it's all tethered together, your mental and physical health.
Yeah. And my psychiatrist will be like, are you going to the gym? And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not. But I'm like, I know I should be going. So I just force myself to go.
That's good. It's good psych.
Yeah, he's really, really good. I'm really lucky to have him. So
it's good you got a supportive husband that sort of understands as well.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. Like he's very black and white. So sometimes I'm like, I just want an emotional answer. I don't want like a black and white solution right now.
Oh, yeah.
But he'll just be like, no one's coming to save you, Eden. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, you've got to get up and you've got to go to the gym and you've got to do the work because like no one's going to do it for you. And I'm like, I know. I'm like,
thanks, Captain Obvious.
It's just like, it's like the harsh truth. Sometimes you need a harsh truth. And he'll give me the harsh truth, the things that I don't want to hear. He'll just say it.
That's good.
And I'm like, okay.
You've been together long enough since you were kids.
Well, yeah, 100%. Like 13 or 14 years now.
So what's the I've had a fair bit of exposure to autistic kids through my exercise physiology stuff. Mainly sort of high level, non-verbal mimicking and violent to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your kid sit on that scale?
So when she was about 1.5, she started having very difficult behaviours, just melting down all the time, hitting, kicking, just could not console her. And I was like, there's something going on here, but no one believed me. They're like, no, she's just a high energy 1.5-year-old. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Then we got to kinder and she started, because she's a Jan baby, like she's the youngest usually in Victoria. They start them late, but I was like, she needs to go to kinder because she's just so go, go, go. So I started her at kinder and she could never sit still. Like you'd have to physically lay out an activity for her and pretty much do it for her to want to do it, or if you let her do it, it's like 2 seconds and then she's off doing something else. And then I would drive past the kinder and they had like a water pump outside, and every time I would drive past the kinder, if the kids are outside at that time, she'd be at the water pump just pumping the water nonstop, like wasn't playing with anyone. And I was like, okay, she's not playing with anyone. I'm going to flag this like with the kinder and be like, what are your thoughts? And they're like, no, she's very confident. She's very happy. She plays with other kids, but she prefers to play alone. And I was like, I really think that she's got ADHD because she's just nonstop. And yeah, it was just like the violence was getting worse between 3 and 4. And then at 4, I flagged it again. And I said, I think maybe she's got autism because like she's not playing with anyone. She's like, she just wants to be on her own.
She's sensitive to touch or anything?
Yeah, she was like sensitive to like some sounds. So like motorbikes. At that point it was like garbage. If the garbage truck was coming, it was like World War III because she didn't want to hear it. Like motorbikes, eating, textures are a big thing. So again, I flagged. I was like, do you think she's ready to start school when she's 5? Because her emotional age, I think, is she's struggling because of her emotions. She has no regulation at that point. And then they're like, no, she definitely doesn't have autism. She doesn't have ADHD. She's just active. And I'm like, these people, like, they don't get it. So then I took her to a pediatrician. He gave me like the questionnaire to fill out. But he was like, I don't think she's got it. So then I kind of like let it go for a little bit, and then school started, and the teacher I went and found a new pediatrician like an hour away, and I took Savannah in, and within like half an hour, she's just like 100% ADHD, just watching her busyness and like how she's like constantly just at me the whole time. And then I just like burst into tears because I was like, oh my God, someone's like listening to me. And then she was like, we can give her like Ritalin, like compounded. No, actually to start with it was not Concerta. There was another one. I can't remember that. I think it started with C. It was a non-stimulant that we started on because she wasn't a fan of stimulants. That did nothing. It made her worse, like angrier, more violent. So we stopped that straight away. And then I went back and she said she can have Ritalin, but she has to have compounded Ritalin, so it's liquid. And she started on that. It did nothing. We just kept, like, we upped it to the max that she could be on for her age. Did nothing. For the whole year of prep, I was looking through her workbooks and she glued a couple of pieces of paper in. That was the extent of prep. And I was like, this isn't good enough. Like, she needs something else to help. So last year we spent the whole year trialing every single ADHD medication, but she's like me, she's sensitive. So the first time she tried a stimulant, she was awake for like 19 hours and then had to have medication to help her sleep because she couldn't sleep at all. So we took her off that, and then we finally found Intuniv, which is a non-stimulant, and she uses that. And we have reintroduced very, very slowly a very small dose of a stimulant just to give her some more focus because she just, at home every weekend and every school holidays is very, very difficult. She goes to holiday care because she's an only child and wants to be around kids, and there's no routine. So like take a routine away from an autistic person and they can't cope. So it's like it's good for both of us because it's like she gets to go and hang out with their friends and I get a break, which I'm like I've been met with judgment in the past about that, but it's like people don't live my life, so they can think what they want to think. That's fine. Like I've got to survive. I've got to do what's best for both of us.
Nothing wrong with holiday care. It's only social. They get to do activities.
She loves it. She went roller skating last week. She went to the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she loves it. So yeah, we got sacked by our pediatrician last year.
You got sacked?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, sorry, not last year. A few months ago, because she said that we were too frustrating. My daughter was too frustrating for her.
What?
I was like, okay, so we don't fit the mold of the disability box. It was just like, she's like, I've had enough. I'm frustrated. I'm like, I'm frustrated. Like you're saying you're frustrated. I'm frustrated. So I held it together for the meeting and then I walked out and I just burst into tears and I said to Sam, I'm like, I feel like no one wants to help. Like we've got an amazing OT. He's like another member of the family at this point. Like I just text him all the time about life and he's really, really amazing. So we're lucky we've got him. And then I found through my psychologist for myself, who I've been seeing since Sav was newborn, she's like, go and see a child psychiatrist because they've got, like they know meds. So we found one and she's been like a saviour for our family really. So we've been on that road with her for a few months now and we've noticed a lot of change because she wasn't sleeping and now she's sleeping. So it's like, okay, we can all have a break.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's got kids with ADHD and she said that one of them just sees a psych and that calms him so he can sleep, and the other one's on Ritalin and melatonin.
Yep.
To counterbalance so she can sleep, yeah.
So, yeah, she also has PDA, which is pathological demand avoidance. So her body views a demand as instant anxiety. So every day, all right, you have to come brush your teeth, meltdown. All right, you need to get dressed, meltdown. Because like her body just goes into fight or flight every time I demand, and life is demanding. So it's like all day you're getting demands put on you, and it's just like people, it's like some of these people are like, well, you've got to give her 2 options. And I'm like, I've given her 2 options. She'll come up with a third because she's very intelligent. And it's like, or they'll be like, you've just got to like stay calm and not make like put demands on her. And I'm like, but life is demanding.
Yeah.
That's real life. I'm not going to like give her a life that's fake and then she gets out into the real world and then she can't cope. So like,
Give us some options. You brush your teeth or stab yourself in the eye.
I said to her, I'm like, you either brush your teeth or your teeth get full of holes and then they all fall out and you'll have no teeth. And she's like,
That sounds good.
I don't
have to
care.
brush them anymore.
I'm like, well, you will care when you have no teeth.
It can't be a future thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, with showering, like trying to explain to a 7-year-old about hygiene in a child appropriate ways. She's like, I don't care. I don't care if I don't have a shower. I'm like, well, I do. And you're going to have a shower every day. I don't care. I'm like, well, you don't want to be the stinky kid. No one wants to be the stinky kid. She's like, I don't care. And I'm like, well, you're going to have a shower. It's just what we're doing today. Like, you don't get a choice. So, yeah, that's that. I usually, like, if I see people I used to work with, the first question I get is, what are you doing for work now? And I'm like, I'm just surviving and managing, looking after a kid with needs because it's 24/7. I think that's like being a parent of a kid with needs is a whole other thing of loneliness because you just feel like in the moment when you're dealing with really challenging behaviour, you're like, am I not good enough? Like, am I doing the wrong thing? Like, I've yelled, I've done this, like I'm just trying to cope, and it just feels really lonely, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard enough just having kids, let alone having kids that have higher needs than others.
Yeah.
My kid's a fucking angel. It's still tough sometimes.
Oh, yeah, being a parent's the hardest thing ever because you want them to be this amazing person and instill them with good values, but it's like you're also trying to be an adult yourself. Just deal with life every day. It's just hard.
Yeah, do your own thing.
Yeah.
And when did your fucking husband decide to extend his busy schedule into giving up his weekends and Tuesday nights?
Yeah, because he's not busy enough. So he thought he'd join the army as well.
He just needed some extra time away from the family.
Yeah. Every time he says to me, like, I've got an exercise coming up, I'm like, great. Like, I didn't want to spend any time with you anyway. Like,
yeah, exactly.
When was that? That was when she was 3. So she's 7 now. So 4 years he's been in.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to do it.
What did you join as?
He's a reservist, infantry. As I told you, I don't know the terms, the army terms. Yeah, he's in the infantry. Yeah.
So he went, did his kapuka, did his combat training.
Yeah, that was different. Like he called me up just as he got to kapuka, and he's like, "I'm just ringing to say I don't know when I'm going to talk to you again." And I've never heard him nervous in my life, but he was shitting bricks. Like I could hear it in his voice, and he's like, "Okay, I don't know when I'm going to talk to you again." And I was like, "Okay," and like he's like, "I'll write to you." Like you write back. I think it was like a week or 2 weeks before I heard from him, and it was just like, as you know, you don't know when you're going to get your phone. So I had my phone glued to me because I was like, is today going to be the day that he can call me? Like, yeah, it was tough. It was really tough because Savannah was like, she was 3, so she trying to explain to her like your dad's gone for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I don't know when he's going to be able to talk to you next.
Just show up Saving Private Ryan. So that's him.
So yeah, it was really hard. The tax-free money is great. Love spending that.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Yeah. So
what sort of commitment does he put into it?
So he does obviously every Tuesday night, his training night. He recently signed up to the contract where they pay for some of your private health and you have to give 60 days and then you get a payment at the end if you fulfill your 60 days.
Contract, full-time contract, CFTS.
Yeah, something like that.
Or ServUp-C, continuous full-time.
Yeah. So he did that, but all was going well up until probably we started doing IVF again in March, which was a nightmare. It took us 5 months to get 2 embryos and my body kept shutting down, and it was kind of like, here's some good news, but here's some bad news. And he was meant to go away for 3 weeks to Darwin for a training exercise recently. And I was told, come to Melbourne, we'll do an embryo transfer for you. And we were literally in the car on the way to Melbourne. They rang me up and said, sorry, we've defrosted your embryos and they both died. And it was just like, my heart was just like ripped out. And Sam was meant to be going to the army for 3 weeks that night. And he was just like, I'm not going.
Mm.
And I was like, are you sure? And he's just like, yeah, I need to be at home with you. So that was really like, it was good that he pulled out of that because I know how much joy he gets out of the army. So it was nice that he said, no, I'm just going to stay.
Mm.
So that was good.
What made you want to go for round 2? It's not hard enough the first time.
Yeah, my life isn't busy enough. I have a brother who's 9 years younger than me, and like we have the best relationship, and I just want that for Savannah. Like I don't want her to have no one, because I feel like friends come and go, and I've learnt that in the last 3 years, pretty much when I was nearly 30. Like I just had to stand up and get rid of some people out of my life that just weren't good for me anymore.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, it's like family. Yeah, friends come and go, but it's like I know that no matter what, I've got him. And like, yeah, once your parents go, it's like you've got someone for life. I think that's what, but there's no guarantee that IVF's going to work. So it's like a mind fuck because you envision this life of like having another child, but it's not easily accessible to just grab it. So
yeah. There's no guarantees I'll be friends either.
No. Like me and my brother weren't close until he was probably like 17. So it was like a long time before we became really close. But now we're, yeah.
Yeah. Especially the big difference, like 9 years.
Yeah.
You've got, you live in your own life until you're both adults, I guess. And then you got something to talk about.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just kid shit and teenage shit.
I know. And then like boy and girl, like there was nothing in common at all. I used to love just stirring him up. Like I'd hide under his bed and call him up into his room and like grab his ankle and he'd cry and I'd laugh. Like I just used to annoy the fuck out of him. But now we have a laugh about it now because it was so funny to me back then.
A little torture.
So yeah, and he's obsessed with Savannah. Like he's got her birth date tattooed in Roman numerals behind his ear, and yeah,
uncle, good uncle,
treats her like a queen. So
cool.
Yeah.
So how far are you in the process of the second one?
So we got rid of
that.
Like we lost everything, so now we have to start from the start again. So
expensive.
Well, we were doing bulk build, but the care just isn't the same level as private. So we're going to look at going back privately again and go do the process again.
Mm.
So, yeah, because my specialist has been seeing me for 9 years and he got me my daughter. So Sam's just like, we'll just pay. Just pay the money.
How do you feel about the whole thing? Scared that the same thing will happen?
Yeah, there's fear there. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just trying to I'm like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Like I have no control, and I'm a control freak. So it's really hard for me to relinquish any control over my life. I'm like, no, it has to be this way. But yeah, there is no control when it comes to IVF. That's for sure.
Yeah. What about the postnatal and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that's a massive thing for me as well. Like
sleep debt.
Yeah, I tried to have another one 5 years ago, and I got pregnant because I had 3 embryos. I got pregnant, but I miscarried, and that pretty much broke me. That's why I ended up in the psych ward a year after that, because it just really broke me down. And I look back now and it's just like there was no way I could have coped then having an undiagnosed child with having a baby as well. Like it would have been hell. So I think everything happens for a reason sometimes, and I think that was probably the reason why it didn't work out, but I just didn't see it at the time. And then the 3rd embryo just failed. Like it just didn't take at all. But yeah, me and my husband talk about it a lot. Like he's like, I'm worried that you're going to get sick again.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, but I'm so aware of my own mental health that if I had an inkling that things were going downhill, I would instantly just go into hospital and get help. Like I wouldn't let it get to the point it got to last time. Yeah.
Worth it, you think?
I'd hope so. You can't put it back. Once you've got it, like that's it. Yeah, but like Savannah's told me she really wants a sibling and she's a very caring kid as well. So that kind of like it pulls at your heartstrings because she's like, oh, I'd really like a brother or a sister.
She can have her own kids.
Yeah. She reckons she's going to have 3. I'm like, good luck with that. Like have fun with that. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because it's like if I don't do it, I'll have regret. And then like doing it, it's like if it's hard again, like also you could have regrets. But there's no easy option. It's like picking the one that you want to go for, but they're both hard.
Yeah. I guess weighing up the pros and cons of both.
Yeah.
Which one's going to have more regret?
Yeah.
If things go well or if things don't.
Yeah. I didn't like no one knew that we were doing IVF this time just because I didn't want other people's anxiety put on me. I just wanted to have like the most clear head I could about it. But when it all fell apart, because I was actually documenting it I fully thought that like I was going to be videoing the process and have good news to share at the end, and I didn't. And it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna be vulnerable and I'm gonna share it because so many people have this happen to them. So I had to call up my mum and tell her. That was really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I've like I said, I've seen some people go through it and it does look pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's an important conversation about the depression and anxiety as well. I growing up, I never believed in depression. I always just thought it was, just fucking suck it up, go to the gym.
Or something like really terrible had to happen for someone to be depressed. Yeah.
Yeah, like PTSD is real, but,
yeah,
depression, you're just sad, fucking get out in the sun and get some friends and you're good to go.
Get on with life, you'll be fine.
It was literally until one of my best friends who was strong, resilient, intelligent, got depression and explained it to me that I actually started believing that it was a thing, that, just that feeling of fucking hopelessness and emptiness and worthlessness and not wanting to get out of bed, sleeping for fucking 20 hours a day and
still being tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you wake up, all you want to do is like fucking, or you're just laying there hating yourself and wishing you were dead and just to see someone that obviously was normal going through that, I was like, holy fuck, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
And then just seeing like his transformation, he did TMS as well. He said that was a massive help, got him through it.
Yeah.
But then, the meds and the psychs and fucking everything that goes with it. But because he's so intellectual, he's fucking the whole time he's like journaling and studying and downloading research papers and fucking looking into everything and like, trying to understand why his brain was doing this to him. And
yeah, I'm like that. I have to research everything. Like I need to know all about it. I said to Sam, like at this point, I think I could be a psychiatrist because I like know the meds. It's just, it's so hard.
You wouldn't be the first one to go through something and then fucking get a job in that industry.
Think you're the expert on it. It's like, I know me, I know.
Yeah, I lost weight, so I'm going to be a personal trainer. I've dealt with my trauma, I'm going to be a counsellor.
Yep, that's it.
So what message did you want to get out here today?
I think my message is just like we're all struggling, going through something, and when it looks like you can't get through it, there's someone else going through it, and to share your story because there's always going to be someone else that understands what you're going through.
Yeah. And what would be some key components that helped you overcome?
I think just being open about it, just admitting that, I'm not okay, so that people can be like, all right, let's go get you some help. And being open to medication, being open to like, if you need to go to hospital, like it's just, they're all tools there to help you, like exercise. They're all just like part of a puzzle. It's not like meds aren't going to save your life alone. I used to think they would. It's like they don't. So you need to, there's a bit of everything that goes together, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all little tools that you need to have the whole toolbox.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. And like,
Not a bad analogy. I just thought of that.
and it's just like, yeah, it's not just going to be, you're going to be good and it's going to be fine. Like there will be setbacks.
Good days
I think
and
I
bad days.
struggle with that a lot. Or like something will happen, a setback, and I'll be like, oh no, I'm going backwards again. It's like, it's all right. You've been through this before. You've been through worse than this and you've figured it out. It's just like, let's get through today.
It's just a bad day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just seeing it as days now. I just be like, I'm just trying to get through today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worry about that tomorrow.
It's like that with everything.
Yeah.
You're trying to fucking eat right or whatever, and you have a blowout and I'm just a fat piece of shit.
I love sugar. It just everything is just great. I had Big Boss caramel lolly sticks for breakfast this morning.
Oh God!
It's like,
and when you say skinny,
just have some sugar. Just have some more sugar. Makes you feel good.
Makes everything better.
Until the crash.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not fucking crack or
this is
whiskey
true.
or something.
Yeah, right. It's not alcohol. It's not drugs.
Did you ever turn to any of that sort of stuff?
I can't drink alcohol actually because I'm allergic to it.
You're allergic to alcohol?
Yeah.
What component?
It like makes my
Barley
legs.
or wheat or something?
I don't know. It makes my legs like get really super heavy, and then I get tongue spasms for months because I would like trial it. I'd have a little bit, and then the tongue thing would start going, and it would like drive me insane. Like I'd have to take medication that like people with Parkinson's take to stop the tongue from doing that.
Yeah, right.
And then I'd just feel mentally shit after it. So like it's great when you're drunk and having fun, but yeah, the come down off it, no. And as for drugs, because I grew up with having a dad that was a cop and I wanted to be a cop, I was always like, I can't ever do anything wrong. Like I have to be a rule follower. Like I've tried cigarettes. That's the only thing I've tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bad fucking thing to be allergic of in this day and age. It's fucking so hard. I'm actually off the booze. Fucking no need to applaud, but I'm only in week 2. It's just a habitual. Like I don't drink a lot, but I drink often. Yeah. Like I was drinking every day, and it was just you normalize it.
Yeah.
I'm Aussie. That's what we do. We come home, we crack a beer. We have shower beers. We have road beers. We fucking, and it just fully normalised it. Couldn't see a problem with it. And then I was like, couldn't really do a day without it. Yeah. And I was like, I need to stop. Yeah. Prove to myself that I don't need it.
That's amazing though. Like 2 weeks is like the willpower it takes to not do it. Like if someone said to me, you can't eat chocolate, nah. Like I need that every day. And then with alcohol, like I spoke to a psychiatrist once and I used the term functioning alcoholic when I was talking about someone and like just in general, and I was using the term functioning alcoholic, and she said, I hate that term because alcoholics aren't functioning. They're using alcohol as a way to cope. She's like, they're not functioning. Like, yeah, they're getting through the day, but they're not functioning like a normal person. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, they are because they're fucking doing their job. They're doing what they need to do. That's functioning.
Yeah, how she was explaining it, she's like, it's not functioning if you need to use alcohol to get through the day. But then I still use the term because it's like, but
it works.
They use it to function. That's the tool that they use. Like alcoholics use alcohol, like, and then you become so dependent on it, like that you don't get drunk anymore because it's just
that's it.
On this.
That's it. You need more and more, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start earlier, and then one of my friends was a big party dude. He loves going out and drinking, but he was drinking every day, and then all of a sudden, and he started drinking earlier during the day. Then COVID hit, and now he's at home all day. Yeah. So now he's like, have a drink at lunchtime. Fucking why not? And then all of a sudden it's 2:00 and he's 4 drinks deep and he's got a meeting, and they're like, why are you acting so weird?
I just think it's sad, but it's like medication is the same thing. You start off at a low dose and it stops working and you need more and more and more, and then it doesn't work anymore. So
next minute you're addicted to opioids.
Yeah. So it's sad. Like whatever people use, it's like people that like binge eat and people judge people that are overweight or whatever. It's like, but you don't know what that person's going through behind closed doors, like food's their comfort.
Yeah. So, in this fucking day and age in society, we've all got something.
Everyone's got a coping
mechanism. What's your vice,
100%.
Coffee, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes.
I love to shop.
Vaping, shopping.
Yep, shopping's my vice, 100%.
Not always a good one if you fucking can't afford it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If people can't afford it, like,
Gambling.
Yep, that's another one.
Yeah, overeating's a big one.
Yeah.
I think eating and drinking are probably the main ones because it's just so normal, right? Just, go out and eat. And
I get so much joy every time I get up in the morning. I'm like thinking about which takeaway chain I'm going to for the day. And then my husband will be like, how many times a week have you had Starbucks this week? I'm like, every day. I'm like, but I'm only 2 stars away from a free drink.
I can get that tomorrow.
Exactly. It's just like that dopamine. Like you got to get dopamine from somewhere. That's where I get it. Starbucks and KFC. So
yeah, KFC is probably not a positive one.
It isn't. Oh, what about Nando's? Grilled chicken? That's a good option.
I love Nando's. Nando's is my go-to for takeaway.
Yeah. Fish and chips. I get grilled flake. That's my favourite from fish and chips.
Grilled flake.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Never bother with the grilled because you have to wait longer.
Oh, yeah. And it makes no sense. They charge more, but it's got the one that's
less work.
Yeah, less on it. Like it makes no sense to me.
They can't just chuck it in the deep fryer.
Yeah, I know. I just have to lie to my daughter. I'm like, I went to the fish and chip shop and bought you some flake, and I'll like go to Coles and flour it myself. And the only way she'll eat it is if she thinks it's from the local fish and chip shop. So I have to lie. And she's like, why is it in a packet with that brand on it? And I'm like, that's just how they sell it.
It's a new packet they got.
She fully believes it. So I'm like, cool.
As the spouse of a fucking choco, you know what choco is?
I asked Sam the other day, could you please write me a list of army terms because I have no idea. He's like, just fucking Google it, Eden. And I'm like, no, but I want you to tell me. And he's like, just Google what choco means. It's like, and I'm like, because my memory's like a sieve these days. I can't remember. But I know it's an army term, but I don't know.
It's a reservist.
Yeah, okay.
Chocolate soldier because they melt in the heat of battle.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Choco. It was pretty derogatory back in the World Wars because
I can imagine.
conscription and reservists would get thrown into the battle and they would melt under the pressure. But
yeah.
But now it's just what we call choco, what we call reservists.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like? Being the spouse of a choco?
It's infuriating sometimes, if I'm honest, because I'm like, you're going away again, like you just went away, and he's just like, yeah, but you don't have any issues with spending the money, and I'm like, I know that, but I'm like, sometimes it would just be nice if you like weren't at the army this weekend. Yeah, like we get into a routine when he's not there, which is like once we're in the routine, it's fine, but it's trying to explain to a child who doesn't understand, like, why does he have to go to the army again? But it's so good for his mental health. Like that's what keeps his mental health good is the army. He finds a lot of joy out of it.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
I think it's just the camaraderie and he's just obsessed with history, war history. Like he watches war documentaries like they're going out of fashion. He reads books about war.
Yeah. Does he want to go to war?
Yeah. He actually does.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, I just told him, I'm like, that's just fucking stupid. I'm like, cool. So you want to leave me as a widow? Like, and I was just like, that would make me so angry.
Has he got any rank yet?
He just did a course recently to like go up.
JLC, junior leadership.
Yeah, I think it was that. So yeah. But I don't think he wants to be a sergeant or anything like that.
He's got a long way before that.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, I'm not interested in that.
Corporal.
Yeah, so it's hard, but it's like I don't want to take away something that brings him mental clarity and joy. Like he said, he likes it. There's so much time when you're out in the bush to just reflect on life. And I'm like, you could just lay in the lounge room instead of digging a trench and reflecting in it. Like, and he's just like, no, you don't get it.
Go in the backyard and fucking sit in the trees.
Dig a trench in the backyard and sit in it. So I just don't get how he can just roll out a sleeping bag and sleep in dirt. Like,
it's a skill.
Like he got bitten by a scorpion on one of his trips, and I was like, nah, you'd never catch me out in the dirt. No way. Because he's like, what if you joined and then we could both be in it? And I'm like, no. Like, that's just never going to happen. You'd never see me in the army.
You'd never get in with all your injuries.
Exactly. And my mental health. No way. They'd be like, no. Respectfully, no.
You are no thanks.
Yeah.
You are a liability.
Yeah, 100% walking liability. But my daughter's now obsessed with the army, so they do a day each year where you get to go in and they do like kids obstacle courses and
nice.
She's obsessed.
Open day.
Yeah, the open days. Loves the open days.
Would you let her join?
I would, but I'd be like, don't go to war. Like
you don't have a fucking choice.
I'm like,
you can be in the army, but you're not getting deployed.
Yeah. Like,
if they say you're going to war, you say no.
My brain just can't, like, because Sam's like, well, the likelihood that there's going to be another war is quite high. And I'm like, does that mean there's going to be like army trucks going down our suburban street? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, that's what I'm envisioning.
Unless you live on a fucking...
I envision like Iraq when I think of another war. I think my house is going to get bombed. In the street. That's where my brain goes.
You're too far south for that.
So when I think about war, that's what I get quite worked up about.
Not in Australia. No one's invading Australia. Another war would mean we go somewhere to help. There's 100% going to be another war. Yeah. It's just a matter of time and fucking who's going to be the first one to pull the trigger for another worldwide conflict. But
my brain just thinks, like, it just sees Geelong and it just sees these bombs coming at Geelong, and I'm like, no.
What's that movie, Tomorrow When the War Began? With that little beach town like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I get very, like, worked up about it. So
yeah, no, you won't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is him going.
Yeah. He just loves the idea of, like, serving his community. He gets joy from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So...
That's supportive on the outside, thinking he's an idiot on the inside.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, like he goes to all the Anzac Day parades and does the memorials and stands there with the firearm, and he did it recently and he's very serious about it, and he was like, his face was like serious, and then they were all together and I just walked past and I'm like, Sam, relax your face, mate, because you look like you're about to pop a vessel out of your brain. And he's just like, I just got to make sure I do it right. And I'm like, yeah, just relax. Just relax a bit. It's okay. And then they're all laughing and I just walked off. It's like, that's my 2 cents for you.
Could be worse. He could be a fucking World of Warcraft addict or something.
Oh.
Fantasy footballer.
Yes, this is true. Or addicted to like Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Spend all this time trading Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Babe, have you seen the new fucking
my Charizard card?
I don't even know one of their names. Pikachu?
Yeah, just obsessive with No, it's all army. He wears mostly green.
Oh yeah. Yep. Undershirts all day.
Yeah. So he's
fucking super chock.
Yeah, it's his birthday this week actually, and I got him some presents before we left. So I got him like from Gander, it's like an army green long sleeve, an army green flannelette, because he's really fussy and he pulls it out and he's like, green, my favourite. Like he'll get dressed for work and it's like green like pants, a different shade of green shirt, like a hat that has green on it, and I'm like, could you make it any more obvious that like you're in the army, like everything's green? He's like, I just like it. It's my favourite colour.
He's proud.
Just so proud. Yeah.
Does he watch any podcasts? Any of these ones?
He loves podcasts.
Has he watched any of these ones?
He hasn't watched them, but we actually went to Jared Goundry's comedy show when he came to Geelong, and we've become quite obsessed with like watching his stuff that he comes out with. I did ask him if he was going to listen to this. He's just like, It might be a little bit hard, like a little bit triggering to listen to all of that again. But I'm like, you will listen. You don't get a choice. Like, you have to listen.
Hi, Sam. We'll flash your baby face up on the screen.
Yeah. So, yeah, he gets called like all the time when he's working. People will come up to him, like crooks will come up to him and be like, mate, are you still in high school? Like, he looked 12.
He definitely looks like a child.
Yeah. So he gets that all the time. Like, I said to him the other day, I'm like, I think it's time for Botox. He's like, what the fuck? I don't need Botox. I was just like winding him up. So.
Could be worse, mate. You could go grey when you're fucking 16 like I did.
16 in grey.
I was buying beer for the boys when I was 16.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be hard. I like dread the day that the greys start coming in. I'm terrified. Like, I just don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah. It's easier for a dude, I guess. You just
embrace it.
George Clooney it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, distinguished.
That's right.
Cool. Anything else you want to fucking bring up? Shout out?
I think that's all. Just thank you for having me on to share my story. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Good chat.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
All right. See ya. Bye, guys.
Bye.